Hello, I'm Caroline.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Chelsea.
And welcome back to Author Interviews.
Today we have with us author Edward Bloor, who will be interviewed on his novel Tangerine. The first question is, what is the theme of your story?
The theme of the story is bravery. During the story, about half of the school is swallowed up and destroyed by a sinkhole. Students are still in the buildings that are being swallowed up, so Paul goes to the edge of the sinkhole and starts pulling people up out of it. Paul also shows bravery when he admits to Tina that he was the one who ratted them out for destroying one of the exhibits at the carnival in town. Even more bravery was shown when he tackles the coach of the football team to help his friends escape after they came to an assembly to hurt Eric and Arthur. They do this because Eric and Arthur had killed Lewis, one of his buddy's brothers. Lastly, he shows bravery when he finally spoke up about Eric and Arthur killing Lewis to the police and the boys' parents.
Okay, and your second question is, what is the novel's setting?
The setting is in a small county in Florida called Tangerine County. The setting of the story is also more in our time, not too far in the past or in the future.
Finally, tell us a little bit more about the main characters.
Paul is the main character of the story. He is a 7th grade boy who is legally blind. He loves playing soccer and has an older brother named Eric. Eric is Paul's older brother who is all about playing football and achieving the Eric Fisher football dream. He does some pretty bad things throughout the story and is always mean to Paul and always has been, for he is the one who took part in Paul becoming legally blind. All Dad cares about is Eric and his football and doesn't really notice Paul. During the story, he becomes the director of engineering for Tangerine County. Paul and Eric's mom is in charge of the homeowner association, and she wants everything in the community to be perfect and not anything wrong with how the community looks or how things are run. Joey was the younger brother of Mike Costello, who died during football practice. He makes friends with Paul, and while they are at Lake Windsor Middle School, he and Paul move to Tangerine Middle School and they play on the soccer team together until him and Paul have a fight and he moves back to Lake Windsor Middle. Arthur is Eric's best friend that plays football too. He's not a good influence on Eric, and they get into a lot of trouble as they ride around in Arthur's pickup. Arthur is always making fun of Paul and Joey for taking Mike's shoes off when he got struck by lightning. Victor goes to Tangerine Middle and he is the star of the soccer team. He is the team captain and always means business during the games. Paul gets to know him and realizes that Victor is nice. Sometimes Paul has to sub in for Victor when Victor gets hurt during soccer games.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
We will be back soon with another episode of Author Interviews.